I've got a question for everybody out there. All the Americans that are divided. What is it that you want from this life? I'll tell you what I want. I want to be able to live the rest of my years that I have peacefully. Try to make as best of an honest living as I can to take care of my family, my wife, and my children. I want to see my kids grow up, have children of their own, and I want to see them work hard and be successful and enjoy what life they have. Because let's face it, we all know that this life ends, whether you believe what's on the other side or not. But here and now, this isn't forever. So why are we fighting so much? I see people wanting to burn the American flag, stomp on the American flag. For what? What's your message? What are you trying to say? Is the system corrupt? Are there bad people everywhere? Of course there is. But it's always going to be that way, especially when nobody stands up and does anything about it. Out of all the Americans in this country, I would like to think the majority of us are honest, hard-working, law-abiding people that pretty much want the same thing I want for my family and my kids. So why aren't we joining together to fight this? To make it right? Why do we constantly have to segregate ourselves from one another? Every time something happens, we have to divide ourselves. And it's a sad thing that people lose their lives every day. Most of the time over nonsense. For no reason or cause at all. And most of the time, even when there is supposed to be a cause or a purpose for the person that does it, we all know that it's nonsense. So, thinking about the man that murdered those people in that church. It's turned into a big racial debate now because he was a racist, I guess. But how different is that senseless killing compared to any of these other senseless killings that happen all the time? I think of the Dark Knight Rising premiere when the guy went in there and shot up a bunch of folks. He had issues. He had problems. This guy that went into that church and murdered those people had problems. Because anyone that thinks that's okay obviously isn't stable mentally. So my question is, why are we being allowed to, why are we allowing this to separate us and divide us? once again, you know, from what I see, we can't never move forward and become the country that I believe God intended. And if you don't agree with that, then that's your view. But I see this country going further and further down the drain. And if we keep this up, America will fall. But it's not going to be by the hands of a foreign enemy. It's going to be by our own hands. Hopefully we can wake up and see where we're heading and try to turn this around. It's a shame to see what we're allowing to happen. I just don't get it. That's my take.